Good morning. Happy Friday. Let's start out with a song. One of these nights, one of these crazy old nights, gonna find out, pretty mama, what turns on your lights. Well, why are we singing that song? Because that is what kept rolling through my head last night when I could not go to sleep. One of these nights. Okay, I don't know. You lay down, you think you're tired, you can't go to sleep, your whole body's awake, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And then thoughts like that start going through your head. And then I started thinking about Gracie waking me up at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's after 2, and Gracie's going to be in here at 5. Just all the thoughts that go through your head when you can't go to sleep. Why couldn't I go to sleep? I don't know. Anyway, would you like to know? I put in a plug, that thing. You know what they are. Those foamy things you put in your ears. Oh my goodness. Hey. Hey. Oh my gosh. There's a man over there working on that building, and she's got to show out in her little Snoopy. I guess it's Snoopy. In her little vest. Hey, we're going to stay over here because you can't behave. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So I put in the earplug thing and finally did go to sleep. I only put in one. You've heard of sleeping with one eye open. Well, I sleep with one ear open so I can hear if anything crazy happens. Doors, sounds, whatever. I heard Gracie one time through the earplug. The other ear's muffled up against the pillow. Oh, you're just gonna lay down. Cool. I went back to sleep, and do you know I slept till 7 when the alarm went off? Thank you, Gracie, for one time sleeping past 5 o'clock, or allowing me to sleep. I don't know, whatever. I'm delirious. I'm Delores today, okay? That's what my mother used to call delirious, for anyone new. Delores. There's a plane. There's a bird. There's a plane. So I came out yesterday. Well, I was walking Penelope, and Phoenix came running out. Now, when I saw her yesterday morning, her hair looked absolutely gorgeous. She had the curls going on, very curly hair. Her hair's about down to here. And Phoenix, for the new people, is the little girl. She's 6 that lives across the street from me. And all of this, kind of like mine, but all of the top was in a little top knot on top of her head. And it was all slicked and beautiful. And her mama had just, hey, come, you need to do your business. Her mama had put the conditioners in it, so it was all shiny and pretty. Yesterday afternoon, she's home from school, that top knot was gone. It was kind of like Cindy Lou Who, kind of sticking up and out to the side, and all of that pretty conditioned shine look was gone. It was gone. Her hair was fluffy. I said, hard day at school? She said, hard day at recess. I snorted. I said, hey, you know what? I get it. I used to have hard days at recess too. I think I was in 5th grade. Y'all are probably like, how do you remember all this stuff? I don't know. But this was a little bit traumatic, so I guess that's why I remember it. But we were playing softball, I guess. We were out on the recess field doing whatever, okay? Here I am, probably the shortest one in the class. And one of the biggest boys in the class, Kevin, hit the ball. Okay? Now, Tracy was doing what Tracy always does. I had my back turned. I was supposed to be playing third base. No. I was probably talking to someone, because that's what I always got in trouble for in school, was talking to someone. I wasn't facing him. I didn't see the ball coming. But I tell you what, that ball hit me square in the behind. I started screaming. The teacher took me in, and we went into the bathroom. You know this was a long time ago, because this would not fly now. And she pulled down my pants in the back to check out my behind. I had a bruise. You would not believe the bruise that I had, square in the, not square, round, in the center of my behind. Not one of my best moments in recess. Yeah. Other recess moments, I didn't really have anything like that. It was mostly first and second grade that recess was just the bigger kids coming out and carrying me because I was their baby. My mom when my mom worked, she would drive home for lunch and then she would drive back to work. And she drove by the school, and it was always my recess time. And she said every time she drove by, a kid would be holding me and like swinging me back and forth like I was a baby and all this stuff. I don't think my feet hit the floor until I was about 9. Yeah, because if my mom wasn't holding me, then her best friend, Sarah, as she calls her, Sarah, was holding me. Hey, come on, you need to do some business. I was so tired this morning, I forgot to let her out. It was about, I don't know, 20 minutes later, I was fixing my coffee and trying to fix Gracie something to eat. And finally I turned around and looked at her and I was like, I didn't let you out. I am so tired, I didn't even let you out. By the way, a lot of people get confused because I leave my house and I walk up the street and I walk behind that house and then I come out at the house, the other white house, because my boss lives up there and she told me I could walk in that vacant lot. And then of course David could care less if I walk in his backyard because he's not there anyway. So when you see the roses and you see the basement windows and you see all that, see, it's not mine. This is mine. And there's my rose bush. It's just I think it's called an old-fashioned. I don't know. Or is that a drink? I'm just kidding. I know it's a drink. But I have a elephant ear planted on this side and on this side that I'm hoping will come up. And then my poor old peony is not doing so well. Peony. I don't know. I'm all over the place. I'm exhausted, okay? My sister told my mom one time, she said, I want some of them Kennies. And my mom said, what? And she said, Kennies, you know, those Kennies. She said, they're a bulb. And my mom was like, Kennies? What's a Kenny? It was a Kayla lily. I don't know where she got Kennies from. I don't think she was saying peonies. I think she was saying Kennies. Yeah, we never did really know. I gotta clean out that garden. Y'all, honest to God, if I took 2 weeks off of work, I still couldn't get everything done that needs to be done at this house. Look what I got at Home Depot. Is that not the cutest thing? Come on in. Acting like you scared to come in the house. Goodness gracious. Because she's so mistreated. But yeah, Gracie was a good girl. She let me sleep till 7. Thank you, Lord. Especially since I didn't go to sleep that early. That's going to be it for part 1. Toodles, and I'll see you later. Why? Gracie, you're asking for trouble. What are you doing, honey? You best be leaving that one alone, okay? My animals hate me, okay? Yeah, they hate me. The only time in my... Okay, it's not my life, but in recent years that I have wanted and needed to lay down and take a nap because I didn't have any sleep. That cute one over there on the floor, every time I got almost asleep, would go, oof, oof, oof. Okay. I kept saying, shut up. I don't know what you want. Shut up. And then she kept doing it. So I got up and I started digging around and I found her treat. She had buried it behind me while I was laying on the couch trying to go to sleep. And then she wouldn't stop woofing, whatever you want to call it, booty bumping, which is what I call it. I throw it on the floor. I thought, great, now I'm going to be able to go to sleep. Just take a nap. Like 15 or 20 minutes, you know? I'm not asking for a lot. I throw her treat on the floor. I lay my head down. Oof. I'm like, what? What do you want? I don't know what you want me to do. So I just give up. I just give up. And I get up, right? And I walk into the kitchen. And I come back in here. And that little heathen is laying over there on the floor eating her treat. Being quiet. And now, that one has gotten up because I walked into the kitchen and she thinks it's dinner time. It's not really dinner time. It's 4:24. I'm not feeding you right now. No, you cannot eat this early because then you're going to be waking me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I want to know why my animals hate me. Why do they hate me? Why won't they just let me take a 15-minute nap? Do I sound dramatic? I feel a tad dramatic. I worked fairly hard today, but let me tell you. Well, first of all, I was a few minutes late getting to work, to be quite honest, because I'm supposed to start work at 8, and it was a long commute down the hall from bedroom to office, okay? And then 2, I texted my boss, who is my neighbor, and said, do you have any Coke? Because I need some caffeine that I'm fairly certain you can only get from Coca-Cola. Let me be clear on that, Coca-Cola. And she said, yeah, come on down. So I had just got back from walking Penelope, and I walked back down there, and she gave me a little can of Coke and gave me one to go. Well, I sat and talked to her for a while, and then I came back home, and then I said, I was told that the deposit was ready, so I went to the bank and made my deposit. Then I had to go run by the office and pick up some stuff that I forgot yesterday when I was there, and then I came back home. And by this point, it's after 1 o'clock. I get off at 2 on Fridays, and I had not done anything that I needed to do because I've been out, this is not going to be the right word, but philandering. I don't know what that word even means, but I don't think that's the right word, but I don't care because you know what? I didn't have enough sleep, and I am exhausted, okay? I'm exhausted, and all I wanted to do was lay down and close my eyes. I would also like to say that I have turned into like a crackhead searching for my next hit of crack because I am hopping from video to video on Facebook and YouTube in search of any update from Morrow Hill. If you know, you know. IYKYK, okay? Yes, because they are basically underwater right now. The whole land has flooded. Yes, they did in Morrow Hill, in Morrow Land. I keep hopping around like a crackhead in search of my next hit to get an update. They're underwater. But all the animals are safe. That's the most important. Well, I mean, other than the people, of course, the people are safe, but all the animals are safe as well. So, yeah. I just got a notice on my phone that lightning was 10.9 miles away. Also, someone on the Ring app heard a loud noise. Could have been thunder from 10.9 miles away. Please don't knock over my bottles, okay? I'm still watching New Amsterdam. I'm in the 5th season. So this is the last season. That's the only thing I don't like about it, is that they cut it off early. Yes, they did, and that is what she said. They cut it off early. It don't even make sense. I had it playing while I was trying to take a nap, because I can listen to it and sleep. All I have to do is back it up. That's what he said. And rewatch what I missed. Because in the middle of the day, nap with the TV on is a must. Okay? I couldn't sleep like that at nighttime. But yes, middle of the day, I like to have the TV on. I'll be back. So I thought, okay, let's go take a walk on the wild side. Okay, maybe not on the wild side, but in the woods. And then, maybe when we get home, I'll be able to lay down for a minute. Probably not, because then I'll have to feed Gracie. So hard being a mama. Oh, I'm just trying to be funny. I'm trying real hard to be funny. There's a lot of people over here at the church. So that's really why we're walking in the woods, because they're apparently going to have some sort of function, and there's people all over the parking lot. I said to myself, let's go take a walk in the woods. And that way, we don't have to talk to people or see people or get involved with people. But we do have more bugs. And I am looking out for the little slithery, slimy creatures that slither along the ground. Yeah, oh, jeez. You know, if you ever think that you see one, or if you talk about it, or anything, then the least little thing turns into that. Have you ever noticed that? Let me turn it around and you can just look at the wildlife instead of looking at the wildlife. I am delirious. I am Delores. Yes, look at the wild fern. When we went to my sister's, we saw all these ferns on the side of the road. And my dad said, "You see those ferns?" And my sister said, "Yeah." And he said, "That's where me and your mama stopped." And she dug up a bunch of those ferns and brought them home. And they're planted in the yard. And they're still there. My mother was infamous for stopping and digging up stuff on the side of the road. One time we were coming back from Rome, and there is a farm, and they grow cotton, or as my mama said, cotton. And she said, "Stop and let me get some of that." I said, "Why do you want some cotton?" And she said, "Well, I want to see if I can grow it." I said, okay. So we pulled over on the side of the highway 411, and she got out and ran down the hill and pulled up one of those cotton plants and jumped back in the car, and we drove off like silly schoolgirls. And she came home and planted cotton in her backyard, and it produced cotton. Very cool story, huh? Oh, I got something in my ear. What'd you get, baby? Did some pine straw get you? Hey, we're not, hey. We gotta go this way, dude. This is the path of least resistance, don't you know? We're not gonna really just cut through the woods. We have to stay on the path. I think that is poison ivy or oak. I don't know. Leaves of 3, let them be. Leaves of 5, I don't know. I was a Girl Scout, but I was a bad Girl Scout. Okay, I wasn't very good at it, but I'm not allergic to poison oak or ivy. Believe it or not, with all my other food allergies and allergic to everything else. Oh, excuse me, Penelope is TTing. I'm not allergic to that. And look, that's English ivy. English ivy is taking over the woods, and it will kill all the trees because you cannot control English ivy. English ivy controls you. It's awful, and I hate it with a passion. All right, well, we're almost done with our little walk through the woods, so at this point I will bid you adieu. Remember, I love you. I'm sorry, I got mosquitoes on me. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope he's coming back soon, because these mosquitoes be crazy and people be crazy. And I will talk to you on the next Tracy Tries, which, good Lord willing, will be tomorrow. Okay? Toodles, and stay silly, my friends. Goodbye.